Okay. Show me.
What's going on, everybody? What's up? Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday night. Back again on FACCI'S Cinema. You already know who I am. Hopefully this is working. Hold on. I tried to use these ear things, but they're not freaking working. They're pissing me off. That's what I get for trying to do it last minute, but it is what it is. Yeah, continuing along the Slashtober Slasher Showdown. Last time we had the fantastic Nick from the Lost River Driving on. Tonight, my buddy from Tennessee, even though he's a Chiefs fan, I'll put that shit aside because I do like him a lot. I'm talking about Brett from Good Real Hunting. Oh my gosh, or it's actually Billy, actually. My bad. Hey, Billy, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I killed this son of a bitch. Anyways, so
he killed us. Billy's dead. We don't got to worry about any more traps or games anymore, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like little Megan in the background. You got your glowing thing in the background, which is badass. So I got to include my little glowy friend as well.
I wanted that too. I wanted that jigsaw guy, but they were out of stock by the time I tried to get them.
$35.
Yep.
But have you seen the new one? Like the new ones they're coming out with. Like they're coming out with Art the Clown.
I saw that one.
Yeah, and they're also coming out with, or they already released it, Pennywise, and Chucky at a Cinemark. So they got their head for a popcorn bucket.
Damn. I can't. I bought, the only one I got is the Scream one. I just couldn't.
My Scream one's over there. And then I also, from last week, got me this thing.
Handbook for the Recently Deceased.
Yeah, so if you're a Beetlejuice fan, you know exactly what this book is. But this is not an ordinary book.
Popcorn?
It's a popcorn bucket.
If you wouldn't have told me that was from Beetlejuice, I wouldn't have known.
God, what? You're not a Beetlejuice fan?
No.
Oh, man. Well, you
not
suck. I'm going to say hi to the chat because y'all are complimenting on my Dr. Pepper shirt. So keep Dr. Pepper number 2. Dr. Pepper for number 1 in the future. Let's get that train rolling.
Dr. Pepper's delicious. I don't really have a favorite soda. I don't drink soda that often.
Pip Extra's the best drink, though.
But when I do, I get Dr. Pepper. So
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, no, you like Mr. Pip, too, don't you?
Yo, Mr. Pip is my all-time favorite shirt. Okay. But, unfortunately, with my chronic kidney disease, I'm only allowed, at the time, 12 ounces of soda. So I can only enjoy 1 can a day. But, hey, it's all good, folks. Lost 17 pounds, so feel great. So everything's going good so far. So I say, enough of my problems. This ain't my channel. This is your channel. Matt, what'd you bring me on to do today?
Tonight, we are continuing the Slashtober Slasher Showdown. I know what you're thinking. It ain't October yet. I know, but I'm dragging this shit out for all it's worth because I'm enjoying doing it. This is the 3rd episode in the first round. We're going through 9 matchups tonight, which whenever I counted them, I was like, is that right? Because I had to redo it multiple times. But it is, because the first time we only did 7, so had to be a 9 there to balance it out. That's what we're doing tonight. A lot of these are first-time watches for that guy right over there. So he did his homework. He did his due diligence. Some of these are good. Some of these are bad. But I'm here to be shocked. I'm here to be surprised. Maybe something will pull an upset like the first episode. Who the hell knows? But let's say hello to who's in the chat. You fine, beautiful people. Lamontre, what's up, buddy? Adrian, James, how's it going? Rosie, my darling, how are you? Brett's giving you his rose because he always does. Zodiac Z, what's up? We got Aaron Click. He's watching the presidential debate, but he did destroy the like button, so appreciate that.
Thanks.
It's always a nice thing to do. So if anybody else didn't do it, go ahead, hit the like. Raymond, what's up, buddy? How are you? Blu-ray Addict, good to see ya. Big Rod, how's it going, man?
Big.
Holy crap. Brooke, what's up, Brooke? How are you? A lot of freaking chatter in the chat, back and forth. Love it. Dave, what's up, Vandy? Yep, Broncos let us down on Sunday, but that's okay. I'm used to it by now.
I was about to say you should be used to it.
I am. I did like seeing Bo Nix regardless of what he did. I like watching him play. So didn't matter to me. He tried his best. Could only do so much. Ryan, what's up? How are you? Doomsday's Crypt. What's up, John? Haven't seen you in a while in here, man. Eli Cortez, what's up, man? How are you? You're probably watching Davey over this, but you just wanted to drop in here to be nice, and I appreciate it. Herbert, what's up, buddy? How are you? So much chatter back and forth. What's going on? Gene Whitcomb, how are you? What's up? I'm almost to the bottom. No, I'm not. Tristan McMasters, how are you? Oh, I'm trying.
Trisha, nice to meet you. First time I've seen you.
Dave is not a Beetlejuice fan either. Well, we have two things in common.
What the hell?
Gory Tiger. I don't know what it is about Beetlejuice. I watched it when I was a kid. For some reason, it freaked me out a little bit. I don't really know why, because it's not like scary. But
wait, what was that? What was that name again?
I'm not saying it 2 more times.
No, you only have to say one. No, if you say it one time, you're fine.
Beetlejuice.
You say it 3 times, motherfucker. You're dead.
I thought we were me and my Michael Keaton are friends. Don't say that.
Hey, don't disrespect the Keats.
I mean, I'll probably watch the movie when it comes out, like streaming, but I'm not going to go to the theater to see it.
I absolutely think you should, because it was a great theater experience. Because especially when I'm back at the Regal game now, and Regal was nothing but amazing.
What the hell did the last thing? I can't even think of the last thing I saw. Long Legs, I think, was the last time I was at the theater.
Nice.
I've been trying to knock out these 2024 movies, but I just stream them at home instead. Like Trap last night, had my hopes up for that. God, was that movie mid? That was like the most average movie ever. I love Josh Hartnett to death, but I thought his performance was not very good. I know a lot of people.
Really? I thought his performance was the only reason I even gave a shit about the movie.
No,
Other than that, everything else was bad.
He was driving me insane. I don't know why I couldn't take it. I get it. I mean, I know he was like an OCD guy who had some shit going on, but I did not like it.
Daddy, mommy, make me and save me from the hells of living.
That's a good. Oh, I need to watch that again.
I need to watch it too. Especially that's going to be a real favorite of the Real Horror Awards.
It's such a good. I really, really like that movie. Okay, we're not here to talk about those movies. We're here to talk about some matchups tonight. We got 9 of them. Let me see. We got 9 of them. Let me try to pick I like to lead it off with a crappy one. You know what I mean? Don't want to lose all the fucking sizzle in the beginning. Talking to you, Friday the 13th, 2009. I'm just kidding. I love that movie.
Hey.
No, Bree brings it back at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bring it back. Bring it back.
Oh, before I do that, I want to thank all the channel members that I have so far. I know I don't have that many, but I want to thank all of you guys for the support. My Patreon card I still never made because my phone was broken. So
yeah, I was about to say I was a patron. What the hell?
My phone was broken. I finally just got a new one, so I just catching up. So I'll be doing that.
Oh
soon.
My God, Rosie, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare your cat. I am. Tell the cat I'm sorry.
The Front Room, starring Brandy. I've heard that's not that good either, but
yeah, I'm going to skip out on that one.
I don't know, but let's see what we got here. We're gonna go. What's gonna be first? I want it to be crappy. We're not crappy, but not the best. We'll go with this one. We got Mother's Day versus April Fool's Day. 2 holiday slashers, if you consider April Fool's Day a holiday. Going at it 1-on-1. Let me take a look and see what the seedings were for these real quick.
And real quickly, am I picking the best movie or am I picking the best slasher?
Well, we've just been picking the best movie pretty much, even though it is a slasher tournament.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure because I've been noticing that like a lot of the picks were made based off the movie perspective and not the slasher. And if it's a movie, that makes my picks differently tonight. So I just want a clear understanding before I pick some upsets.
Wow, these fucking... Yeah, I got these written down wrong. But April Fool's Day was a 6th seed and Mother's Day was the 11th seed. Let me put the poll in the chat. And while I do that, Brett, you can go first.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give my experience on Mother's Day because I was really hoping it was the remake because I enjoyed the remake for what it is. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, this asshole says no, it's the original. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. Asshole.
Here we go. Yeah.
The
You're an
fuck?
asshole. You're a Broncos fan. I have to call you an asshole. Because
Wow.
it's that time of year. But no, he's not, guys. But Mother's Day, though, the opening really gained my attention with how they set up the opening. Like, really set the tone for it, set the tone of the character of the villains of this movie, of the mother and the 2 hillbilly sons. And then we were introduced to the 3 girls and all that, our protagonists, as you say. And yeah, just this movie is just okay. Like, it has the charm to it from the villains because you just for some reason like the villains more than the protagonists, even though what they did is really disgusting and really
Oh yeah.
but so that's my overall thoughts on Mother's Day. It's just take your time with it. Like, you don't have to rush it. You gotta see these girls. So April Fool's Day, we all know about April Fool's Day. Amy Steele, beautiful lady, and I just love the concept of that movie a lot too. I'm sure, assuming everyone knows the twist at the end, which I honestly thought it was okay. I kind of part of me was like already thinking it was going to happen that way, but the other part of me is, so we just wasted the entire time and nobody actually fucking died. What the hell? So both of these movies irk me the wrong way, but if there's one movie that irks me more, it is Mother's Day. So with my pick, we gotta go off easy peasy, lemon squeezy, April Fool's Day.
Okay. Like you said, the Mother's Day remake was actually pretty good. I know the one dude from Chicago PD. I watch that show on NBC all the time, and I know the one cop from there was in that movie. So that
and Alexandra Aja was the director too, and he loves blood.
He does. So, but the fact that Mother's Day was kind of about doing some word I'm not gonna say to some ladies, kind of a turn off of that movie. I didn't really find too much enjoyment out of that movie, to be honest. And then when it comes to April Fool's Day, I honestly didn't like that movie that much either. But Amy Steele was in it, so I mean that's a plus. Obviously, we get Biff from Back to the Future. Also, another bonus. The fact that the ending is what it is kind of ruins it for me personally. I'm not a huge fan of the fake shit like that. I don't think either one of these movies is going to go very far regardless. But let me see. Yeah, we can get this one over quickly because the poll in the chat's pretty much done. I ain't going to catch up. April Fool's Day. I'm going to end the poll. It's only been going for 2 minutes, but it's already...
it was not Alexandra Aja. It was Darren Lynn Bousman that was the director of the remake.
Saw guy.
Yeah, so no wonder it was all a little bit bloody.
Where the hell did my poll go? I thought I ended it. Now I don't see it. Okay. 67% for April Fool's Day. And I am also going to go with April Fool's Day as well. That's a 5. Oh, I didn't say this. YouTube community page voted for April Fool's Day as well. And so did Instagram stories. So April Fool's Day, 5-0. The sweep. And moving on to the next round. Not that I didn't see that going any other way, but maybe somebody likes Mother's Day. Or, yeah, Mother's Day. I don't. But here we got Andy Reeves. What's up, my man? How are you? Good to see you. Chad. What's up, Chad? How are you?
Man, fuck Chad.
Okay, yeah. I didn't say it.
No, I'm just kidding. No, hey, he's my Kansas City brother. So, Chad, I'll give you one of these today.
Oh. Let's see. Okay. Let me go back in here and delete that one so I don't bring that one up again. If I can find my overlays. There we go. That was an easy one.
Rosie, MILF Stay. I would love to see that movie.
Oh, that'd be really good. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go with this one right here. We got Maniac, not the remake either. Well, both of these movies have remakes, but not the remake. Maniac versus Jamie Lee Curtis in Terror Train. God. Yeah. I really wanted Terror Train to be something, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very boring. It was boring. Nothing really happened. By the way, Maniac is the 7th seed, and the good old Terror Train is 10.
Terror Train 10.
Unfreaking believable. Were any of these two first time watches for you?
No, I've seen these before. Maniac, it's just absolutely disgusting of a movie. Every time I watch it or even see like a highlight of the movie, I just instantly want to take a shower. But it's just such a great and different slasher movie where it like really takes its time with it, and once it's time to slash somebody up, the payoff is there because they build up that slash. So Maniac is awesome. And then Terror Train, Matt, I agree with you. Movie is absolutely boring to tears. Even though Lizard Man was freaking hilarious and the magician was kind of funny, and Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie, but I felt like she probably owed somebody a favor, so that's why she did the movie. But she was okay in it. She still looked beautiful and all that, especially in her jersey. Or am I thinking about Prom Night? God, see, the movies get switched up. That's how much you show I care. But this one's no contest either. Maniac all day.
Yeah, Maniac does make you feel a type of way. It's disgusting, obviously. But I love the guerrilla style. I love that they shot in New York City when they didn't have any permits. That takes some balls. I like that they did that. The freaking shotgun blast.
Epic.
Oh my! Tom Savini's head blowing up. Mwah. Beautiful. Just a freaking made-up head filled with old food and shit. I mean, it's cheap, but it worked. I like that movie a lot. You know, it's the ending makes it kind of doesn't make sense at the end, but overall, it's a good slasher. Definitely creepy, eerie vibes. So grimy. Terror Train. It's good if you want to go to sleep. It'll put you to sleep. Nothing really happens, and the kills are very weak. The killer changing costumes is pretty cool. You know, they try to make the red herring be the magician, but you're like, no, I don't think so. And then it's just one of those typical revenge movies, like was super popular back in the 80s. I wanted to like Terror Train. I wanted them to remake it, and they did. And of course, it was a Tubi original that I didn't watch because I believe it was terrible, from what I heard. So that was unfortunate. Have you seen the Maniac remake?
Actually, I did earlier this year as part of my 14 days of new horror movie watches. Our boy Jason from Sinister Cinema Reviews recommended that to me, and I absolutely loved that approach to the remake, and I actually think it's better than the original.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, I missed this earlier. Trisha, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. You didn't have to, but I do appreciate it very much. Yeah, so what do you prefer though, Terror Train or Prom Night? Just curious.
Is there a chance to say neither?
They're both pretty boring, unfortunately.
Yeah, because Prom Night to me might be the most overrated horror movie of all time for me, because a lot of people love that movie or really appreciate that movie, and I was just bored to tears.
It wasn't a good time. I'd probably go Prom Night, I guess.
But Raymond says it best. Let's see here. Raymond says it best. Terror Train went off the tracks. I could not agree more.
It's not good. Herbert, I knew you liked Prom Night. Herbert, do you like Terror Train too? Or no? Yeah, but nah, I guess not. He says Jamie Lee should have passed on Terror Train. Yes, she does. And Davey, if you're still in here, I'm sorry. Davey Death Ray, my man. How are you, buddy? I saw you were on the stream with Killjoy Jake, so appreciate you stopping in here. Okay, so let me close the poll on that one. Wow, that was almost pretty much unanimous. You said Maniac. The chat, if it ever pops up, let me know. What the hell are you? They said 92% said Maniac, 8% said Terror Train. I also am going with Maniac as well. YouTube went with Maniac, and Instagram went with Maniac as well. Another 5-0 sweep. This is not good. This is going exactly how the first episode did. This is terrible. There's no drama. There's no suspense. It's just obvious choices.
Hey, usually the first round consists of that. It's like when you get to the Sweet 16, that's when things get tight.
Oh, and thank you to your Tennessee Volunteers for winning me some money on Saturday. Appreciate you.
No problem. Nothing like a good old ass kick into a wolf pack.
It was good. I saw the parlay, put that together, and won. I wish I would have put more money on it, but it is what it is.
It's okay. I wasn't expecting us to kick their ass that bad. So,
okay, that sounds kind of fun, I guess. Kind of fun. Sleepaway Camp 2 versus Sweet 16. I've only seen Sweet 16 once. Saw Sleepaway Camp 2 probably 2 times. But let me put the poll in the chat real quick. And I got to see what number of seeds they are. Sleepaway Camp 2 is a 4 seed, if you can believe it.
Whoa.
And
how did it get so high?
A combination of the critics and audience scores put together and divided by 2, my friend, and it just happened to be that high.
You did the with Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, sir. So number 4, Sleepaway Camp 2, which is I did not like the first time I watched it, and Sweet 16, starring Halloween alum Don Shanks, by the way.
The Shanks.
I did not know he was an Indian until that movie, and he is an Indian. Okay. You know what? I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Austin? SPC Unleashed. How are you, buddy? Sleepaway Camp 2. I watched it the first time. I was like, wow, this is way different than the first one, obviously. That's what they were going for. I thought it was really, really, it was going for the corny and cheesy factor too and campiness, but I just thought it was over the top campy, over the top cheesy. I did not have a good time with it the first time I watched it. And then I watched it a second time. And that movie is fun. It is really fun. I actually prefer part 2 over 1. I know that's sacrilege and terrible, but I do. It's okay.
No.
The ending to 1 is good, is great, but everything else about it's really boring. This movie is fun all the way around. She's singing songs, she's killing people in fun ways, dressing up as Jason, dressing up as Freddy. You can't beat that shit. And once they have that, kind of sucked me in. And I remember seeing this like VHS box at the Blockbuster and Hollywood Video back in the day all the time, and I was like, wow, that's weird. That girl has Jason and Freddy shit. But didn't know nothing about it until obviously way, way older. But I really do have a good time with it. I love the camp atmosphere environment. Sweet 16, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember anything about it at all. So I can't even... That's, like everybody says, that's one problem with your movie if it's forgetful, and it is not memorable to me. So I can't even... Besides Don Shanks being in it, I don't even know what the killer was, what they look like, what they did, who they killed people. Probably should have rewatched it. I didn't.
Actually, you were good to skip.
Okay. If I remember, so I was right. So I'm gonna go with Sleepaway Camp 2 as my pick.
All right. Well, Sweet 16 was my very first time watch of it, and yeah, it was just an okay movie. Like, I did like the twist a little bit. Like, there is a twist in that movie, so I'm not going to go into detail with that because I never like to give away a twist. But somebody did say in the chat that Chris Higgins was in this movie, and it's always a pleasure to see Chris Higgins in any horror movie ever. And she's not in a lot of movies from when I checked on Letterboxd, but every time I see her, she's just awesome. But the problem is, I always just think of Chris Higgins, so that's the problem. So I was just expecting Jason to show up. And they did cut out a lot of like the slashing goodness of this movie too. So I'm not sure like if it was a budget issue or they just really just didn't want to go all out. While Sleepaway Camp 2 freaking went balls to the wall with creativity and fun. And if you could do for slasher movies, I love to be entertained. And Sleepaway Camp 2 really does entertain me. Even the freaking girl that dies in such a shitty way. Was such a creative death. The flagpole death was great. There's just, and the tongue cutting at the beginning. Like, Angela just has the time of her life. And I feel that kind of energy. So it's just what you say, Matt. It's just campy fun. But if you go in expecting campy fun, you're really going to have a great time with this movie. So I prefer fun over boredom any day of the week. So give me Sleepaway Camp 2.
Okay. Once again, another easy pull in the chat. Let me close it. Oh, this is really too easy tonight. Come on. And it is 93% for Sleepaway Camp 2, 7% for Sweet 16. YouTube said Sleepaway Camp 2. Instagram says Sleepaway Camp 2. That's another sweep. This is not very entertaining.
That's okay, my friend. But hey, as long as the chat's having fun, that's all we care about.
That means there's Sleepaway Camp 1 and 2 are in the Bloody 32, so good for them.
That's obvious. That's much deserved.
Let's see. All right. Let's go. Let me kick this out of here so I'll click on it again. Ooh, baby, we're going to go. Let's go. We'll go with the fun one. We're going to go with the mainstream one. Super mainstream. We're going to go A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, versus Jason Takes a Boat. Jason Takes Vacation.
That's so not fair.
It wasn't my fault.
That's not fair.
The rating for Jason Takes Manhattan was very low, obviously. And
it's in all the wrong ways.
That's a 1 seed versus a 16, by the way.
16. Oh, God.
I'll let you go first since you're having such a rough time.
I can't hate on the movie that I just adore so much. I can't do it, man. I cannot hate on Jason Takes Manhattan because that one has done an absolute complete 180 on my life, and I love and adore that movie. Because it's not the best in the movie in the world, absolutely not. No. But again, it entertains me to a level, and just knowing all the backstories behind what it wanted to actually be, like I just feel bad for it, and that's why I kind of I adopted that movie into like my personal favorite collection in a way. I adopted it, taking care of it, feed it, drain it, change its diaper. So it's just, I love that movie so much. But come on. Are you really expecting me to pick this movie over Nightmare on Elm Street, which I consider one of the great slasher movies of all time, which honestly, it should be the greatest slasher movies of all time if it just didn't mess up the last 5 minutes. So you know my answer. Let's move on. Let's go ahead and put Jason Takes Manhattan out of his sad misery.
So you're not a fan of blow-up dolls getting sucked through a window, is what I'm hearing.
No, it's just the 3 different directions of the ending and all that. It's just, you could just tell that it's bad. But guys, there's not much to say. A Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the greatest slasher movies of all time. Scary, slashing, entertaining. Freddy, the whole dying in your dreams, just everything about it. One of the great final girls of all time. And dadgummit, you all want to freaking talk about Fernando. Dadgummit, dude.
They're calling. Zodiac Z says, totally agree with that GOAT statement on Nightmare on Elm Street, Brett.
Yeah. All right, guys. Here's Fernando for you.
Hello. Can I
Fernando,
be your friend?
who do you pick? Put your head towards my way and Nightmare on Elm Street the other way for Jason Takes Manhattan.
He doesn't know any better.
Okay, he picked Nightmare on Elm Street. So, with good old-fashioned, we gotta get him out the right way. There's your all's Fernando.
Fernando!
You get him 2 days early.
We got Jason Takes Manhattan, movie that I hated, talked shit on very, very much. And then you just rewatch it and it has some kind of stupid charm about it. It shouldn't have any charm, but it does. The look of Jason is growing on me in that movie. I'm not a big Kane Hodder guy, but I do like him in Jason Takes Manhattan. Obviously, it has one of the worst final girls ever. Rennie is terrible. The kills are not very good either, besides the Julius head punch kill, and that's pretty much it. Nightmare on Elm Street, not a big Nightmare guy. Everybody knows that, but it's a classic of the classics. I mean, it's one of the main staples of the genre. I mean, everybody knows who Jason is too. That's not a good example, but everybody knows who Freddy is because of this first movie. It created the franchise, which definitely has its ups and downs for sure. But is the first one in the franchise my favorite? No, but I definitely appreciate it for what it is, what it did, the legacy. Wes Craven did an amazing job. The only, like you said, the ending is kind of like, oh, could have been better. But well, for me, it's like a 4.5 star movie for me. So, of course, it's going to be Jason Takes Manhattan, as painful as that is. But we're going to have to do it, and we're going to end the poll right now.
Yeah, just do it. And here's the other thing, too. If a horror movie saves your movie production, you know it's something special. Because, again, New Line Cinema is pretty much the house that Freddy Krueger built.
Yes, sir. Hey, Sergeant Shitty Pickle!
Oh, Shitty, where were you when we were talking about Sleepaway Camp 2?
I salute you. Okay, so I think I'm 92 to 8%. Nightmare on Elm Street wins. You picked Nightmare.
Who's the brave soul that picked Jason Takes Manhattan?
Somebody did it. Well, a couple people.
I'm not going to be mad at you. I just want to shake your hand.
Probably 2 people did it, I'd say, with about the amount of people that voted. So, yeah, that is, another good old-fashioned sweep, 5-0.
Nice.
YouTube, Instagram, all Nightmare on Elm Street. Wasn't even close. Not that I thought it would have been.
You've not seen Sleepaway Camp 2? Well, first off, watch it, because there's a particular death scene that involves a shitty situation I think you just might enjoy.
Oh, I hate that kill. So gross. Oh, God. That's in the first one. The one with the bees. That's the first one.
Not the bees! Not the bees! Ah, my eyes!
Unrealistic. She puts that fucking broom handle in there, and then the bees in the window, and he doesn't try to go out the bottom of the bathroom door.
Yeah, I know, but again, it's campy. It's supposed to be that way.
It's the cheese. It's the cheese. The extra sticky.
It's good.
Zodiac Z says it shouldn't even have been that close. So it should have been 100 to 0 is what you're saying.
It should have been, honestly, but again, you know what? Hearts for Jason Takes Manhattan.
It's all for you. It's all for you, Jason.
It's all for you, Damien.
Here we go. The Hitcher, which a long, long time ago, whenever we did Replay or Reboot, we did The Hitcher versus The Hitcher, and The Hitcher won.
Don't remind me, because we almost got by a particular person.
Hey, Sophia Bush is what won that one. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love the bush. I mean, the movie.
Yes, the movie. And the Mutilator, aka Fall Break, has one of the best theme songs ever. But the movie itself, let's see.
Whoa, wait a minute. I was wondering. I was like, Fall Break. It's not on my list.
It's the Mutilator.
You changed the matchup.
It's the same movie. They just have a
okay. Just wanted to make sure. I was like, you changed the matchup on me, you sneaky pre.
Nope. That is let me put that in the chat. I think I already know where that one's gonna go as well, because The Hitcher is a very beloved movie, but I got some thoughts about it. I'll let you go, Brettman.
All right, I'll go. First, the Mutilator. I actually watched for the very first time earlier this year, again, due to the fact of the 14 days of new horror movie watches. And, or actually, no, it was last year's 14 straight days of horror movie watches that I watched that movie. And I thought it was okay. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Do not even remember the movie at all. So that is not going to be good for this movie. But I did remember at least the fact that I had a good enough time with the movie that I wasn't bored. But The Hitcher, talk about a great and more than likely underappreciated horror movie that The Hitcher is. It is such a psychological warfare between our main character, the protagonist and the antagonist, going back and forth with each other. Just that alone is super entertaining and also super uncomfortable too. Because imagine you getting put in a situation like that, facing somebody like a good old Ryder. Most cases, for a slasher showdown tournament, it would be the Mutilator that wins because it actually has more slashing elements to it, while The Hitcher is more psychological and a thriller. Not really much slashing going on, except for maybe like a couple parts. But I'm thankful that Matt says it's just an overall movie. So with that in mind, it is absolutely The Hitcher.
Yep, and you know who agrees with that? Dr. Pepper from Winchester, Tinfieldville, Iowa. Mr. Deeds. Quoting Mr. Deeds.
Deeds nuts.
Got him. Sergeant says The Hitcher is an underrated gem. I don't know. Is it really underrated anymore? I don't know. Everybody sings the praises of The Hitcher, so I don't know.
Oh man, it's such a beloved movie, and the remake is just so much fun too. But the original is just an all-time classic, and we finally got a Blu-ray of it, and that is awesome.
Yep, as much as I said I didn't like the movie, I bought it anyway, so that'll be coming eventually when it comes out.
Probably so.
The only way I could find it, when I bought the original one I had to go on like eBay, and it was like some HBO DVD box that was ripped apart, and that's what I got, so it is what it is. Let me see. Oh, Courtney Reed, my man, gifted a channel membership. Thank you, buddy. You are always good for one of those. Appreciate that very much. And who did it go to? How the hell do you find that out?
You can usually figure out because if you see a new person's name in green, that helps. Or you could just go into your earning for YouTube Studio. You can figure it out. It
went to Rosie. So Rosie is the newest channel member. Thanks.
Nice.
Appreciate you, buddy. Really do. Herbert says Jennifer Jason Leigh getting pulled apart by the semi truck. Yeah. That's a good scene. It's very intense, very suspenseful. Obviously, like you said, not really a slasher per se. But when I searched it, it did say slasher on the side of it. There's not that much slashing at all, really, when you think about it.
Again, more psychological warfare on that movie. But I understand where it gets some of its slasher elements.
Rutger Hauer is fantastic. By the way, who was Sean? Was it Sean Bean in the remake? Is that who that?
Yes. The legendary Sean Bean.
I liked him.
You know why he's so legendary? He and Katie Cassidy share a lot in common. They like to die in movies.
I'm not talking about the remake, but I do like the ending when she shoots him in the fucking head. Or shoots him in the chest.
It's so badass. I like that. Just made me fall in love with Sophia Bush.
How does it feel? I feel nothing.
Bam. So good.
The Mutilator, like you said, basic 80s slasher, generic. I don't remember. I think the killer was one of their dads, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest thing about that movie was the end when he got like pinned up against a brick wall and he got like ripped in half, I think. And his like guts were coming out. Other than that, the movie's very weak. Damien Maffei, I think he was in like a remake of this movie. I never seen it.
I don't think it ever came out.
Did it never? It never came out?
I do not think it actually came out, or else I would have saw Maffei would have already posted it to watch it.
I don't think he wanted anybody to watch it, if I'm not mistaken.
That, you know what? That is true too, and same thing with the Cursed Nun movie he did too. Even though I thought that was hilarious, but
yeah, I just wanted to look up real quick, maybe to see if that movie is ever coming out. And Mutilator
Sergeant.
2.
Oh my God! They kill Sean. You bastards!
Release date. This has to be old. There's no way this movie's coming out. I haven't heard about that. The Mutilator 2 is currently slated to release in 2023. So, yeah. That's obviously not
I'm pretty sure we already passed that.
Okay. So, sorry, Mutilator. Yeah, we're almost 2 years away from that pretty soon. So, bye-bye. Let's close the poll in the chat. Shall we? And that was an obvious one as well. This is not so I apologize, guys. It's gonna get better, okay? It's gonna get a lot better. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they're just too obvious. And the winner is taking its good old time to pop up on the screen. You know why it's not popping up on the screen? Because I didn't close it. That'd be why. Wow, it just made a huge jump. The Mutilator's coming back. It's coming back. No, I'm just kidding. The Hitcher wins 89% to 11%. You said Hitcher. I say Hitcher. Mm-hmm. YouTube and Instagram also said Hitcher. Another 5-0 sweep. So this is 5 sweeps in a row. So this is not good. But we're not here. We do what we can with what we have. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This one will turn some things. Maybe not. I know you just watched this one for the first time. My Bloody Valentine versus Slaughterhouse. Ooh. Buddy is going hog wild at the Slaughterhouse.
Wait.
I've only seen Slaughterhouse once, and yeah, it was fine, I guess.
Beautiful girls in Slaughterhouse. Beautiful girls.
By the way, My Bloody Valentine is the 5th seed, and Slaughterhouse is 12.
Okay. So I know you want to talk about your boy, friggin' My Bloody Valentine. So go ahead.
No, I don't like that movie. That movie's lame. Lame killer, lame environment. It just doesn't work for me personally. I'm more of a Slaughterhouse kind of guy with blood and guts. Fat guys killing pigs. It's my kind of speed. No, of course not. Of course not. My Bloody Valentine, my favorite non-franchise slasher of all time. I watch it obviously every year for around Valentine's Day. The Miner is maybe not underrated, but I think he's a very underrated horror icon look. I wish there would have been more movies in this franchise. I wish it would have went into a franchise. I think that would have been great. The way the 80s went, they pumped them out left and right, so I am kind of surprised it didn't have one. But it didn't. It's a standalone. One of my personal favorites. The kills. You got to get the unedited one, though, because if you get the regular one, then really, really watered down. But the Scream Factory Blu-ray, fantastic. Added the kills back in. Really kicks it up a notch for me. I love the environment. I love the coal mine. I'm from like a blue collar kind of area, so it works. For me, the cast of characters in here that we get in the town seem like real people that would really exist, in those kind of towns. and the music they're playing whenever they're like racing to the bar and shit, and just the interaction with them. So I love everything about that. I love the love triangle we get. Slaughterhouse. I know it takes place at a slaughterhouse, and that's all I remember, to be honest. So, yeah. My Bloody Valentine wins.
Alrighty. Well, I'll talk about Slaughterhouse because I only saw bits and pieces of this movie on the last drive-in of Joe Bob. Because I came back late from a movie and I only got the tail end of Slaughterhouse, but I gave this an actual full watch, and I kind of consider it my first time watch, so that's why I said first time. And I'm like with Herbert here. I love them both. Like, I don't love Slaughterhouse, but it has a charm to it for some reason. It's the second time I said that, and the charming is like, I kind of like this dad and the big guy you see on the poster, just going up and killing people. I think it's actually fun and entertaining. And plus, again, like I mentioned, there's two beautiful women in this movie, very gorgeous. So that's always going to be a plus for me. But it just has that charm to it. Especially, I forgot the main slasher guy's name, so I'm just going to call him Mr. Slaughterhouse. That Mr. Slaughterhouse dressing up as a cop. To freaking terrorize the person is great. Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter. All right, listen, you maggots. God, that just sounds like Vince McMahon right there. That's pretty shitty of me. But no, Slaughterhouse is a lot of fun. It's a fun horror movie. It's just, I think that movie can actually benefit from a remake if they want to do a remake of it in the future. But My Bloody Valentine, man, I absolutely agree with you that the look of the Miner, one of the greatest looks of any horror killer of all time. If I were to do a top 10, he probably would make top 5. And plus, his kills are very brutal. The mind games he plays with our protagonists, it just can be disturbing, especially the laundry scene of the whole heart on the candy thing. Yeah. So, but man, I love the Miner. Which Miner do I love more? The Miner in My Bloody Valentine, or the old 49er from freaking Where Are You, Scooby-Doo? I have a more harder time with that matchup in between these movies, so it is going to be My Bloody Valentine, but it's not as a long shot as it has been the other ones. I feel like Slaughterhouse definitely gets sleep on, and I do suggest y'all to give that a watch on the Shudder.
I have to rewatch it just for shits and giggles.
Raymond, why did you bring that up? Sorry, just when I felt like I was just about over it.
R.I.P. James Earl Jones, yes sir.
My Mufasa, man.
Just watched The Sandlot the other day, so watched them in that. I love that movie. I love that movie a lot. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna end the poll on that one. So you went My Bloody Valentine. I went with My Bloody Valentine, and the chat went with My Bloody Valentine. 93% to 7%. YouTube and Instagram as well. Unfortunately, another sweep, 5-0. Moving on to the next round. Wow. We didn't even have this many sweeps in the first episode. Oh wait, no, enough. Never mind. What a fucking idiot. Never mind. The first episode was all based on ones that went 1-1 between Instagram and YouTube. So that was a stupid thing to say, and I'm sorry, and I apologize for that.
I forgive you.
Stupid. That's how the cookie crumbles, Sid. 3 left. We'll go with this one. The Funhouse, which you just watched for the first time, I believe.
Yeah.
And Slumber Party Massacre 2. This one might be interesting. Let me go ahead and put that down in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I'll let you start on this one because I don't know.
No, I refuse to go until Frank takes back his $2.
Go ahead and smash that like button on his comment, everybody. I'm just kidding.
What the hell? What's your problem? You're supposed to make the guests look good, not embarrass them.
Yeah, anybody else to send another super chat in, and I'll read it to say that Brett's awesome. Frank says, couldn't you have found a better guest? That is not very...
I'll remember that, Frank.
You were busy, Frank. So, couldn't have you on. You're a busy man. The Slaughtered Lamb is killing it, and they don't have time for little channels like mine, okay? So, good for you, Frank. And Darren, wherever you are, Darren, in Britain.
No, I respect the fellas over at the Slaughtered Lamb. So, Frank, always good to see you, my friend. Love or hate relationship, it's always great to see you.
Oh, by the way, the Funhouse is also a number 5 seed. Good old Toby Hooper classic. Verse and Slumber Party Massacre is a 12 seed.
A 12? Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, tell me about it. I think who did the first one lose to? Or I didn't do the first one yet. Let me see.
Well,
nope, didn't do that one yet.
Because I'm about to make things interesting.
He's about to make it crazy.
You know what, Frank? Just because I'm in that mood, I'll give you one of these two. There you go. Team iPhone. But yeah, I'll go first if you want me to make this entertaining.
Rip
All right. Well, first off, let me give my quick review over the Funhouse. First time watching it. Unfortunately, I knew about the main, with the whole mask reveal and all that, what's behind it. Unfortunately, I knew that going in. I feel like if I didn't know that and I just go in blind, I would have appreciated this movie more. I would give my boy Toby Hooper some credit. He knows how to create an unsettling atmosphere and giving us a good monster. I would give him that. However, our protagonists were so freaking bad, and this movie just dragged and dragged and dragged. Got to it, and I was just disappointed. So honestly, out of the watches you gave me, I know a lot of people adored the Funhouse. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. So that's why, with the upset pick of the night, I'm going with Slumber Party Massacre 2. I don't remember a whole lot about that movie, but I remember 3 things. The killer, his guitar drilling weapon, and him having a freaking time slaughtering people. And again, I go back to that entertainment value. If I'm entertained, I'm going to go revisit you and pay more attention to you and talk more good about you. And plus, how do you not freaking once you see that guy with his freaking guitar with the drill and all that, which to me, that's just explains creativity and just having fun for a movie. And you could tell the guy who played him, which I bet you he had the time of his life playing him. So jealous at that dude, because I bet you he had so much fun. So, massive upset, if we call it a massive upset, I'm going Slumber Party Massacre 2 over the Funhouse. Because there was nothing fun about that house.
Big Rod celebrating his 20th super chat on live streams. Way to go, Big Rod, supporting the community.
Where do you see that?
It's in the YouTube chat.
Oh, that's cool.
Fernando did the best he could with limited airtime. He did.
Yeah, he's a little drunk, so I don't want to expose him any more than I had to.
Herbert said he first saw the Funhouse on TNT Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh, that's cool. See, I felt like that's what I was missing. I was missing the Joe Bob effect to the movie, because usually Joe Bob can hype up a movie for me.
Okay, so that's 1 vote for Slumber Party Massacre 2. I've only seen Slumber Party Massacre 2 once, and I did not like it at all. It was not like the first one. No, I know the first one's kind of boring, but I don't know, something about the first one I really enjoy. For I don't even know how to explain it. There's not really much going on, but I do like the first one. The second one, it got the dream shit going on. He's like Freddy Krueger, driller killer guy. Wasn't feeling it. Toby Hooper did a great job in the Funhouse. I love the Funhouse aesthetic. I love the environment. Love those carnival type movies. The monster's look, once he takes off the Frankenstein mask he's wearing, is just chef's kiss. That's good. And then he's screaming like a little bitch, and then he's trying to have sex with a prostitute, and this movie got it all except for good acting from the people we're supposed to be rooting for, unfortunately. You did have a good point there. The characters in this movie are definitely nothing to write home about at all. But I don't like the other movie yet whatsoever. So I gotta go with the Funhouse. I mean, it's not a movie I watch often, like probably rarely ever. The kills are weak. The scene in the basement, though, really dug that scene, like underneath the haunted attraction whenever he's getting like electrocuted and shit. Really, I like that scene. But the rest of it's just kind of there. This is kind of just a wins by default because I don't like the other one. But I gotta go with the Funhouse. Let me take a look at the pool of the chat. I can close that one out too. That was an obvious one. So Instagram also went with the Funhouse. YouTube went with the Funhouse. And so did the chat. They went with the Funhouse as well. 72 to 28%. Not a sweep. Not a sweep. The closest
I'll
one
die
of the
on
night.
that. I'll die on that hill.
Running up that hill.
Even though Herbert gave a great thought that the beginning of the Funhouse was my favorite scene in the entire movie, combining Halloween and Psycho. I thought that was a lot of fun, along with a great booby shot. I do agree with that too.
Now that you just brought that up, I totally forgot about that scene, to be honest with you. But now I
and
remember.
Plus, the little kid get to see a good pair of boobies while scaring her too. I was kind of jealous of that kid. Which, by the way, fuck that kid. I felt that kid is a little shit, and he did absolutely nothing for the movie.
He's a little shit. You little fuck. Oh my gosh. Well, another one bites the dust.
Oh, and another thing with Slaughterhouse, real quick, I forgot to make this point. The reason I like his charm about it is because I just imagine the killer being kind of like a country boy Leatherface in a way.
I could see that.
So I just forgot to mention that point earlier.
You're not wrong. Two left. This episode fly by because most of these are very uneventful. But we got two left. They both involve the same killer. Well, that's not true. Never mind. Not true. We're gonna go with this one first. Friday the 13th, the original, versus Edge of the Axe. Who is that? Michael Myers? No, fuck no. He's too shitty. Okay.
Dude, literally, I thought that immediately when I saw the look at the killer. I was like, that is fucking Michael Myers, but shaved bald.
Bald Michael Myers. What movie wins? I gotta find the seating for these ones because I don't remember. The seating for this one is... You son of a bitch.
Is it a six? I want to bet it's a 6-11 matchup.
No. Friday the 13th is the 3 seed.
Ah, okay.
And Edge of the Axe is a fantastic 14. I only seen Edge of the Axe once. Watched it the same time with Filthy Dan. And that was... didn't have a good time with it, my friend.
Damn.
But I'm gonna let you go first again. You're the guest, and you are the man of the hour. So go ahead.
Sure. The Edge of the Axe was the first time watch, and I'll be honest with you, I actually thought the twist in that movie was pretty neat. I feel like just the main reason with the Edge of the Axe of the Edge or Edge of the Axe. Damn, I'm not doing any favors for this movie right now. I don't even know. But I'll tell you this. I feel like this movie does try. Like, it does have a unique twist to it. But I feel like what really holds it back is the fact that the story was all jumbled up. And it was brought into from like 3 different perspectives and all that. So the story got messy really quick. But I do like the actual look of the killer. Like the bald-headed Michael Myers. So I just thought it was an interesting look. And there actually was one particular scene that made me go, oh, shit. Like, kind of like that. Because I just wasn't expecting it. It didn't scare me. I just didn't think it was going to do a certain scene. But yeah, Herbert, no budget, which it obviously has. But you don't really have to have a big budget to impress me, Halloween. So it all just depends. It's just what you do with that money. That's all it is. But I do encourage people to give Edge of the Axe, not the Edge of the Axe body spray. That is a weird commercial movie. But Edge of the Axe, I would say if you're just trying to find something to watch that's 80s and just little slasher elements with a nice little, like, a little twisty twist, I would say y'all give that a watch. And if you get bored with it, just blame me. But it's the same reason with that original Nightmare on Elm Street, Matt. Do you really see me picking this movie against freaking Friday the 13th?
No.
And what's there to say about Friday the 13th? I could talk about a good 30 minutes about why I love the original Friday the 13th, and another 30 of why I hate that freaking bitch Annie. Wait, no, not Annie.
Wait, Alice.
Alice, yeah. Sorry, I hate the bitch so much I forgot her name. The Alice character, not the actress, the character. Adrienne King, lovely lady.
Fantastic.
But Alice, fuck her. Who the fuck falls asleep when there's a mass murder going on in your freaking camp? And she didn't want to participate in strip poker or strip monopoly. So I should be picking Edge of the Axe because of that freaking reason alone. But it's still Friday the 13th. Freaking oh my god, I am so blanking tonight. Oh my god, dude.
Pamela?
No, not Pamela. The freaking special effects. Tom Savini. Yeah, Tom Savini being the freaking man, just saying, "Hey, I'm bringing something new to the slasher genre with all this blood and freaking makeup effects. Give me your best shot." So give me the original.
Is the original Friday the 13th, if you're watching a marathon, do you watch it or do you skip it?
Oh, absolutely watch it. Because without that movie, nothing else in the franchise gets born.
Literally, because that's his mom.
And without it, there's no Jason Voorhees. Without it, there wouldn't be the opportunity for a hockey mask.
Damn right.
So it always starts with mother.
Kill for mother.
It's because that's why when we want to do this remake for the show or just bring another movie back, I really want that franchise to be respected and go back to the basic roots with Pamela Voorhees.
That's
because she deserves it.
That's what I want to happen too. Once they ever figure it out and come back out, that's what I want to. Edge of the Axe.
Wrong Herbert. She saw the bloody axe. She should have freaked out then, not taken that. And also the bitch couldn't freaking put on the coffee lid all freaking crooked versus like a normal person who put it on normally. That always aggravates the hell out of me. I'm done.
The 5 to 6 minutes to pad the runtime of her making coffee or tea or whatever the hell she was making, but whatever.
And who the fuck makes tea in a murder?
Holy shit, everyone in the camp is now gone but me. You know what? I'm fucking thirsty. Yeah, the original Friday, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I mean, I appreciated it. Obviously, it gave us the franchise. Mrs. Voorhees is a pretty awesome killer, to be honest, for being a middle-aged woman. She does a great job. Not that I believe she did any of that shit she did to any of those people, but that's because Jason was there the whole entire time. That's what some people think, maybe. But now, I rewatched the original Friday the 13th a lot, actually, now. Really have a good time with it. I love the environment. I love the setting. I love, I don't know, the charm that it has. Is it my favorite in the franchise? Of course not. It's probably in the middle of the pack for me. But Edge of the Axe, the killer look was okay. I mean, that car wash scene was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then I think he cut off, or I don't remember. No, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. The killer cuts off some fingers, I think, of somebody in like a pantry, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. That's the only things I remember about this movie. And I think the girlfriend is a bitch, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the.
Hey, how dare you? She's a nice lady, and she's beautiful.
She's beautiful, but I think she's, yeah. Todd Thibodeau, what's up, buddy? So for the first time ever, in a poll in the chat, this has never happened before. 100%. Go to Friday the 13th, 1980. That's never happened yet. There's always been one person that picked the other movie, so you did it. Even A Nightmare on Elm Street didn't get 100%, so Way to go, Friday. You did it. Yeah. Oh, Raymond says Pamela's not the center of the franchise. Jason is. We don't need any more Pamela.
I kindly disagree because, again, without Pamela, there wouldn't be no Jason.
So,
and plus, to me, honestly, Pamela is just a more interesting character than Jason Voorhees, in my opinion.
Love you too, Todd.
You know, I'll give him one.
You fucking piece of shit. You're so fancy over there on the iPhone. Oh my God, Chad going hard in the paint. Aaron sucks.
It's okay. I'm used to it now. But he can't upset me anymore.
Aaron, your favorite final girl of all time?
Oh, absolutely.
I gotta watch
Number 3 favorite horror movie of all time. Yeah, I got my freaking Walmart Steelbook over here, and I got that 4K UK edition.
I was gonna say you got the fancy one. I didn't get that one.
I got both because I love her so much.
Had to get the Walmart one. Okay, that leaves one more battle containing the same franchise. This may be the funnest one for voting wise of the night. This show flew by tonight. We got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 versus Friday the 13th Part 2. I gotta put this one in the chat. I don't know how this is gonna go. I know a lot of people do like Texas Chainsaw 2. So let's see.
And respectfully, I do not know why.
What number seeds are these? I'm looking.
I feel like this could possibly be a 8-9 matchup.
You were close. 7-10.
Damn.
The 7th seed is TCM Part 2.
As the 9th seed?
That's the 7th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But really? Part 2 is... Damn.
It has a high Rotten Tomatoes score for some reason.
Well,
while Friday the 13th Part 2 is not good.
Well, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. I'll throw a tomato at them. But, yeah. Do you want me to go first?
You can go.
Okay. Well, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is pretty easy for me. I watched it twice, and I have to turn it off halfway both times. Because I don't like that movie at all. I just totally respectfully disagree with the direction they took of that movie. So we go from like this one of the crazy, scariest horror movies of all time in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which on October the 3rd, I get to go to Rico and watch that movie in IMAX for its big 50th anniversary. Awesome. So I'm super excited to go see that in the theater. But then we go from all that to a joking good time with Part 2. And I'm just sorry, it does nothing for me. Even Caroline Williams, she does nothing to me. I guess that scene where like Leatherface is like guys chainsaw penis out and just doing very weird things with it. But hey, if that's how he rolls, that's how he rolls. But other than that, though, I cannot finish the movie. I just don't know what it's just. I'm just so turned off with the direction that it did. I always just turn it off. That's like this is just not for me. If it's for you, more to you. Like you can have all my fun with that movie, and you can just have it to add to more of your fun. But Part 2, man, because Part 2 of Friday the 13th is awesome. We get the sack. Everybody loves the sack. Us boys on Good Rule Hunting, we love the sack. We even had our own sack counter of how much we love the sack. Only question thing is why the girl just sprays down her brown panties. That's always the $1 million question you gotta try to figure out. But Mark the Wheelchair Kill, my all-time favorite kill in horror movie history, because that was the event that told me that it doesn't matter if you're disabled, it doesn't matter what you are, what bad things happen to you.
It doesn't matter.
Shit. Yeah, bad shit's gonna happen to you in a horror movie. And that was the movie that taught me that lesson that I'll always remember. And of course, we get freaking Jeannie versus Jason. Badass third final act. So much fun. Easily, this is probably the easiest matchup. Even more easier than Nightmare on Elm Street versus Part 8. Give me Friday the 13th Part 2.
That's what I'm talking about. one of my favorites in the franchise. Love Sackhead Jason, and I obviously love this. One of the best kills in the franchise. Mark was a good dude. You didn't want to see it happen, but you knew Jason would kill anybody. He killed a guy in a wheelchair. Fucking ignorant bastard. But you know,
how dare you be disabled? Hiya!
I mean, Jason was disabled technically himself, so I guess it isn't a hate crime, right? Like,
oh my god, dude! Never put 2 to 2 together. It's just till now. So that was a justifiable death. That's like freaking Terry versus Jimmy from South Park.
Like you said, we get Jenny, one of the best final girls, not only in this franchise, probably ever. I love Amy Steele. The other kills in this movie are great. I like the cast in this. I like the characters in this movie. Yeah. What the hell was the other movie? Because I don't even remember what the other.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Copycatting the front cover of The Breakfast Club.
I do love The Breakfast Club. I do. But I don't love Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I've watched it obviously from my Texas Chainsaw Watch Along series. I don't have a very good time with it like other people do. I don't think it's that good of a movie.
Overrated.
Stretch is fine. She screams a lot. Leatherface in this movie is not how he was in the first one at all. This one's horny as fuck, obviously. You get Chop Top, which everybody loves. Bill Moseley's Chop Top. I think he's kind of annoying. I'm not the biggest fan of his character. It is disgusting when he's using the coat hanger and eating the shit off his head. That's a little disturbing. I like the cook is back for this one. And I think he gets blown up with a grenade, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty funny.
What?
He does, I think.
Oh my god.
Like blows up his ass or something under the table. I'm pretty sure.
Good thing I skipped out on it. Holy shit.
Or maybe he didn't blow up. There's a grenade somewhere.
You think the chili would blow his asshole up?
There's definitely a grenade somewhere because the one guy has an army jacket.
There's definitely a grenade in here
Dennis Hopper's
because
good.
We don't know how else to make the movie entertaining.
Dennis Hopper's good. He's crazy. It makes no sense, but he's fun. Oh, wait, no. He's Franklin's uncle, I think. It's Sally's uncle, I think. Yeah, I don't know. He goes to the fucking chainsaw shop and he's just like, this guy's fucked. But it's not even close. Not even close. Yeah, that is a good point, Herbert. How did Leatherface live after Lefty ran the chainsaw all the way through him? I don't know. know. Yes. Okay, there is a grenade. Thank you. I was right. It kills them all, I think.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, and then she's doing the Leatherface thing at the top of the tower at the end of the movie. Cheese balls, man. Cheese balls. Gavin, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so it's no contest. This one is better than Friday the 13th, the original, for me. Yeah, the chat also agrees. Not even close. The chat said final results are... Come on.
Oh, and Rosie, just for you.
80%. Friday the 13th Part 2 to 20%. And guess what that means? Another sweep. 5-0. Not
that
even
sweep,
close.
I agree with.
So Friday 2 is moving on to the next round again. So how many? Let's see. Let's see how many Friday the 13th we got still alive in this competition. We have 1, 2, 3.
Should be 4 if Manhattan had a better matchup.
Probably. So there's 3 Friday the 13th movies remaining in this tournament out of 32 teams. So, hey, they got a shot to win the whole shebang. Mm-hmm. But there's still 3 Halloween movies, so. Yeah. I don't want it to be Halloween versus Friday, but that's kind of the way it's leaning.
Well, it's okay. If par 4 wins it all, it rightfully deserves it.
That's who you picked, I believe, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's the greatest slasher movie of all time.
I had to eliminate once.
It should be Nightmare, but it was par 4.
Once what the fuck? Once Jason Lives was knocked out, that eliminated 4 people out of the freaking winning the bracket. So that was.
Oh, it lost the first round.
Yeah, lost to the final chapter.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey, freaking Josh from Camp Blood Media, Brad from other part from Good Will Hunting, in your fucking face.
What? Let me see. I should have wrote. Jason. Oh, I didn't write it down. I want to say the final chapter won. Might have even won 4-1, to be honest.
Yes, a win's a win.
Because I know I picked it, and I'm pretty sure Davey picked it as well, and so did the chat. So you can't beat the final chapter. One of the best in the franchise. That's your favorite in the franchise. That's my. It's top 5.
Yeah, it's a favorite in the franchise. Top best slasher movie of all time, and it's in my top 6 favorite horror movies of all time.
It's a good one. It's my favorite's the part 3, but I'm alone. That got eliminated a long time ago, so very sad.
Well, it's okay.
Child's Play knocked that one out. People love some Chucky. What are you gonna do?
Hey, remember that one time we picked the remake over the original?
We pissed some more people off. We're
yeah, and then that's officially when that show died. So
that was the last episode, I think. People were like, "You guys are idiots." So that was the end of that. What the?
He doesn't want to die. There we go. Oh, dude, he kind of looks scarier that way.
That's how you turn off the lights? You just push his eyeballs? Like you're fingering his eyeballs.
Hey, you know what? It's like he's winking right here real quick.
He is scary without the lights on, I think.
He really is, dude. It's like he's actually kind of making me feel uncomfortable.
If he starts laughing, you better get the hell out of there. Just letting you know. You're playing a game if he starts laughing. But that was 9 matchups, 9 more movies eliminated, 9 more movies moving on to the Bloody 32. I was going to have an episode next week, but I had to move it to the following week. And that will be the last episode of the first round. So stay tuned for the date on that. I believe it's not this Sunday, the next Sunday, whatever that is. 22nd, maybe? I think. Could be wrong.
You got any plans for October this year for the channel, except for this tournament?
Doing this. I want to have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that far ahead, except for this, obviously.
Oh no.
So I have.
We're gonna do our big reveal not this week because we got to finish off Nightmare on Elm Street, but next week when we celebrate 4 years of Good Will Hunting. With a big show, we're playing a big show where we will actually reveal everything that we're doing for Good Will Hunting 2024.
Hells yeah, I mean...
But we gotta get for the shitty remake first. Even though I don't think the remake's shitty, but most of y'all think so I'll call it shitty.
When I did my watch-along series for that, that's the last move. I didn't even get around to doing that one. So that one's not on the playlist because I never got around to watching it.
Damn.
But I'll do Nightmare again the same way I've been doing these ones with the points and all that stuff, but just
awesome.
Not going to do that yet. I might start a new series come after Halloween in October and all that stuff's over. Haven't decided which franchise I want to do. Obviously saving Halloween because that would for later because that wouldn't make any sense to do then. Other than that, I wanted to get a new channel I've been listening to, Matt from Mad Blood. I've been watching his channel a lot, so I want to get him on, do something Halloween related. Other than that, I got to pump out some more shorts now that I got my phone back because it was killing me not to do those because they good for viewerships. Other than that, nothing too much. You're back on Thursday night with Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, which I saw opening night in the theater at midnight, and I'm not even a Nightmare guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that was your date night.
What was I doing there? Why?
I think you remember you were trying to do something else.
No. 2010. Oh wait, I wasn't. No, I don't know if I was married then. Maybe.
I thought that was like your first date or something. Or am I thinking of another movie?
My first date was The Omen.
Oh yeah, that's fucking that's right.
And she said, "What the fuck's wrong with this guy?" Go Pack Go, says Zodiac Z. They might be 0-2 after this week.
Yeah, I was about to say they might not go that like Pack because of them losing their quarterback.
I saw he was hurt, but how long is he out? I didn't see the.
I think it said somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks.
Ooh, and they're back up.
Yeah, well, it's Malik Willis. He might have a shot to be.
Oh, they did get him. They had to get somebody else because the other ones were really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Clifford, I think.
Oh God,
Penn State guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Speaking of Penn State,
yeah, but that's another episode down the drain. Next week on the channel, I don't know. Since Friday the 13th is this Friday, obviously I'm not going to be able to do anything for it. Kind of snuck up on me here, to be honest. Might do a little Friday the 13th tier ranking next week on the channel. I never done one live, so interesting to see how that goes. I might do that.
Nice.
Other than that, always love having Brett on the channel. Always a pleasure. We'll get back to doing Watch Until You drops probably after, spooky season's over and we get into November. We'll probably do another one.
Slow season.
Yeah. Not too much to do. And by the way, also, off topic, obviously I'm a huge fan of Home Alone. Love Home Alone to death. Macaulay Culkin is coming to my local arena to do a live watch along with it in a Q&A. So I'm going to be there.
Go. Yeah, so damn right. You gotta go.
I gotta go. I love Home Alone to death. I'm just hoping, unless I'm hoping it's in person, because if it's a Zoom call, that would just be very heartbreaking.
Nah, I wouldn't think he'd be that guy.
So I just had to bring that up because I thought that was really, really cool that he's coming to my small town. But I definitely want to be there for that. So tickets go on sale this Friday, so I got to jump on them before they're sold out, because they probably will be.
Yeah, definitely read the description that says if he actually will be there or not, because they'll have to put it on the description.
Instead of ripping people off, because they got a meet and greet with them. VIP, it's $255 a person.
He's got to be there. If they wouldn't offer that.
I was like, I kind of want to do that, but I don't want to. That's a lot of money to spend on that, so I don't know. But thanks everybody in the chat. Chat was great. Really appreciate the participation. I'll be back doing this, like I said, in two Sundays from now. Lee McCoy from Drum Dums will be here with me going through 8 more matchups, so you don't want to miss that. Brett, a pleasure. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys. Hit the like on the way out, or Dr. Loomis is going to yell at you. Bye. No!